In the cavernous halls of Stonebridge Maximum Security Prison, the air is thick with tension, a palpable reminder of the lives contained within its concrete walls. These walls, designed to strip away freedom, hold stories that yearn to be told. This documentary invites you into their world, revealing the humanity hidden behind the labels of criminal and inmate. The 5 individuals we will meet, Eli, Maya, Jamila, Thomas, and Lila, each represent unique corners of this shared experience. As they share their diary entries and personal reflections, we find glimmers of hope, regret, and aspiration, sparking a reconsideration of our own perceptions of guilt and redemption. As the sound of clanging metal doors echoes in the distance, we prepare to delve deep into their lives. In this journey, we aim to challenge our biases and recognize the intricate tapestry of choices and dreams that bind the human spirit, even in the darkest of places. Eli sat on his cot, the dim light filtering through the barred window, casting shadows on the concrete walls. He picked up his pen, poised to delve into the complexities of morality that had long fascinated him as a professor. "What is justice when passion blinds reason?" he wrote, reflecting on the events that led him to this maximum security prison. His crime, a momentary lapse, a split-second decision forged in emotional turmoil, had unraveled his life. Yet, within these walls, Eli found unexpected purpose. His thoughts sparked discussions among the other inmates, challenging their perspectives on guilt, choice, and the essence of humanity. He shared the nuances of moral dilemmas, igniting an intellectual fire in minds that had rarely been nurtured. In the silence that enveloped the room after his spoken words, there was an unspoken acknowledgement. Despite their mistakes, they were all searching for redemption in a society that had long condemned them. The circumstances surrounding Eli's crime of passion are as intricate as the philosophy he once taught. In a moment of heated confrontation, an avalanche of emotions cascaded, blurring the lines between right and wrong. As he reflects on that fateful night, Eli writes about the weight of regret, acknowledging how easily love can morph into despair. The omniscient narrator weaves in the societal perceptions of guilt, highlighting how those outside the prison walls simplify narratives into black and white morality. Yet Eli's diary reveals the colors of his humanity, his fears, dreams, and the unrelenting questions that keep him awake at night. It becomes clear that understanding one's actions requires grappling with the deeper truths of existence. In conversations with fellow inmates, Eli's insights foster meaningful dialogues about personal choices, bringing forth the shared struggles that transcend their individual stories. With each entry, Eli reclaims his narrative, reminding all of them that even in darkness, self-reflection can ignite a glimmer of hope. Maya sits quietly in her cell, the flickering light casting shadows on the walls, as she opens her diary to pour out her thoughts. "Regret weighs heavy like an anchor," she writes, recounting the night everything went wrong. A botched robbery that spiraled out of control. The adrenaline rush she once craved became a nightmare, and now she grapples with the consequences in a world that feels never-ending. She reflects on the moments that led her here, the choices made in the heat of anger and desperation. "I was more than just a rebellious girl. I was lost," she pens, longing for redemption but unsure of how to achieve it. Her aspirations to change her life collide with the harsh reality imprisoning her. As she closes her diary, determination flickers within her. This isn't the end. With each stroke of her pen, she fights to reclaim her identity, carving a path toward hope in the cavernous depths of despair. Maya gazes out through the barred window, her thoughts drifting to the girl she used to be, the girl desperate for attention, caught in a whirlwind of bad decisions. In her diary, she writes about the battle within her, the fierce desire for change, warring with the ghosts of her past. "I wore my anger like armor, not realizing that it only made me more vulnerable," she confesses. Conversations with Eli deepen her understanding of identity as they explore how labels can suffocate the essence of who we are. "Is this what they see when they look at me?" she wonders, grappling with societal expectations that seem determined to confine her spirit. As Maya recounts her experiences, an unshakable resolve begins to take shape. She realizes that breaking free isn't just about leaving the past behind. It's about reclaiming her narrative and rewriting the script of her life. As the clamor of the prison fades into an introspective silence, Jamila reflects on the life choices that led her to this stark environment. Once a vibrant spirit, she now finds herself confined, her freedom stifled by decisions driven by desperation. In her diary, she writes about her initial experiences, struggling with the alienation that pervades the facility. But amid the turmoil, Jamila discovers an unexpected light, a yoga mat in the corner of the recreation room, dusty yet inviting. With tentative movements, she begins to explore the practice, seeking solace in each breath and posture. The whispers of calm seep into her chaotic surroundings. As days turn into weeks, Jamila feels a calling to share this newfound peace. She gathers fellow inmates, guiding them through the routines that have begun to heal her. In her heart, she believes in the transformative power of connection and mindfulness, a beacon of hope shining even behind the prison bars. As Jamila settled into her routine in the chaotic prison environment, she discovered an unexpected solace in yoga and meditation. Her first diary entry captures the stark contrast between the sterile walls of the prison and the serene landscapes she envisioned during her practice. In the stillness of breath, I find a flicker of peace, she writes, reflecting on her initial struggles to focus amid the noise of clanging metal and distant shouts. Jamila's journey transcends her past as she begins to share this newfound passion with other inmates. It's more than just movement. It's a way to connect, she explains in her entries, detailing the first few sessions where laughter and vulnerability mingle with the deep breaths of her peers. As she guides her fellow inmates through poses that symbolize strength and balance, Jamila realizes the power of community and the healing that comes from shared experiences. The sound of their collective breaths becomes a soothing balm in the turmoil of their surroundings, fostering a bond that defies the walls that separate them. Thomas sits quietly in his cell, the harsh fluorescent lights casting shadows on the walls. Memories of his daughter flood his mind as he picks up his pen, pouring out his heart in a letter he knows she might never read. He recalls her laughter, the little moments of joy he took for granted before his life spiraled into chaos. In his diary, he writes about the lessons learned too late, the importance of choices, and the irreversible time lost. I want you to know, he scribbles, that love has no prison bars, and even here, I'm thinking of you. As he closes the letter, the weight of regret hangs heavy in the air. He shares these thoughts during conversations with the others, his voice filled with a deep longing for reconciliation and connection. The emotional toll of his choices unfolds as they discuss the complex interplay of family bonds and the cycle of crime, each inmate offering their perspectives, united by shared experiences and pain. As Thomas sits in the dim light of his cell, he pulls out a worn notebook filled with letters addressed to his daughter. His fingers tremble slightly as he recalls the laughter they once shared, memories looming large despite the years that separate them now. With each word he writes, he pours out lessons of resilience, love, and the importance of choices, wisdom he wishes he could impart in person. Regrets wash over him like waves. He yearns to shield her from the mistakes he made, the paths he chose that led him here. In the communal area, the conversation among the inmates swells, echoing his thoughts as they reflect on their families. Eli's probing questions prompt discussions about cycles of crime and the harsh reality faced by children of incarcerated parents. Together, they navigate the labyrinth of their lives, fear and hope juxtaposed. Thomas wipes his tears, resolute. Change begins here, within these walls. Lila sits in her dimly lit cell, the sound of clattering trays echoing through the corridor. Her journal, a tattered collection of loose pages, becomes her only confidant. With each stroke of her pen, she breathes color into her thoughts, crafting vivid tales of a world outside those gray walls. Today, I painted a sunset, she writes, the colors blending like the dreams I've lost. The cacophony of prison life fades as she immerses herself in the beauty of creation. Her diary entries reveal her yearning for freedom, not just from physical confinement, but from the weight of her past. In conversation with Maya and Jamila, Leela expresses her aspiration to become an artist, using her art to portray the struggles and resilience of women like herself. Art is my escape, she says softly, noting how creativity binds them together in moments of despair. Through their discussions, they embrace the transformative potential of hope, each word transforming pain into beauty. Lila often finds solace in the small corner of her cell where she paints vivid scenes on scraps of paper. Each brushstroke and scribbled line is a journey into her imagination, a momentary escape from the cold, gray walls that confine her. In her diary, she writes about the satisfaction of creating beauty amidst chaos, and how each piece echoes her longing for belonging, a family she feels severed from, a world she can't quite touch. Conversations with Maya bring laughter and a sense of kinship. They share stories of dreams once deferred but not forgotten. As they discuss their pasts, Lila realizes she's not alone in her yearning for connection and understanding. Her art transforms into a bridge, linking her fragmented identity with the hope that lives within each of them. In the vibrant colors of her dreams, Lila sees not just an escape but the possibility of a future filled with acceptance and love. As the sun dipped below the prison's concrete walls, the common area buzzed with an unusual warmth. Laughter intermingled with serious conversations, a testament to the bonds being forged within these unforgiving confines. Eli leaned back in his chair, reflecting on the discussions he had ignited about morality and change. Maya, her tough exterior softening, shared a story that had once haunted her, a moment of desperation that led to her incarceration. Jamila chimed in, encouraging Maya to envision her transformation, while Thomas listened intently, thinking of how his journey could parallel hers. Lila, seated cross-legged on the floor, painted pictures with her words, illustrating hope amidst despair. Their collective laughter echoed through the stark halls, creating a symphony of resilience. In this fleeting sanctuary, the five of them found strength in one another's vulnerabilities, breathing life into the notion that even in the depths of isolation, human connection could flourish. As the sun dipped below the prison walls, casting long shadows in the common area, the five inmates gathered for a group discussion. Eli initiated the dialogue, his voice steady but tinged with emotion. "Redemption," he began, "isn't just about absolution. It's about understanding the depths of our choices and the lives we've impacted." Maya nodded, her hardened exterior softening as she reflected on her past. "For me, it's about breaking cycles. If I can change my path, there's hope for others too," she confessed, eyeing Jamila, who was quietly meditating on the floor. "I teach yoga to help others heal," Jamila replied, her voice soothing. "It's about finding peace in chaos." Thomas, clutching a letter to his daughter, added, "I want her to see that I'm more than my mistakes. Redemption means being the man she deserves." Lila then spoke up, her voice filled with determination. "I dream of a future where we can all start anew." As their voices intertwined, the weight of shared understanding filled the air, reinforcing their evolving bond amidst the harshness of their reality.